Hello everyone, my name is Dorian and welcome to Daytona. We are doing a track guide for the Daytona 24 and IMSA that's coming up this week. And I'm using the BMW M4 GT3. I'm going to show you the lap. And this lap is also about fuel saving as well. So I did a 143.877 while fuel saving. I found 3 spots on the track where it barely loses you any time, if any. So it's really worth it because your target with this car is 32 laps per stint. You want to hit 3.72 liters, 3.71 per lap. And the way I'm doing this lap is how you're going to reach that target very easily during the race or even in practice. If you enjoy it, leave a like. And if you want to see more, then subscribe to the channel. Let's get started. Okay, so we're coming up to turn number 1, looking for a lifting point. Basically, we have this white line on the road. We're going to lift past it. So, well before this white line, somewhere in the middle between them. Our actual braking point, you can see, is this light right here. You can spot it quite easily. And we're just going to lift and coast, save our fuel, and start braking right around here. And you can see me squeezing the pedal. I'm not smashing into it. That's really going to help you managing that rear right that is suffering throughout this braking zone. It'll keep the car nice and balanced throughout. You want to try to straight line it as you brake. You can see my wheels as straight as possible. I'm going diagonally to the outside. You don't want to let the car wash out too much though, because it does go off camber here a little bit. Try to aim so your left tire is on this line right here, on this groove. Down into second gear, starting the trail brake now. And I'm looking, this is pretty much my apex, this tire wall. I want to hug this white line. Maybe just past that is my actual apex, so right around here I would say. And I'm going to start to accelerate nice and smoothly all the way to the outside. Open up the wheel, use the outside curb, and you're through. Now, next corner. Again, we have the white line on the road. That's going to help us find the braking point. So we're going to brake past it, right? You have this groove on the right as well. It's going to straighten out. So anywhere between the point where it straightens out and this white line is your braking point. Here is probably too early. You might get a very early apex on this corner, which is not a great idea. So you want to brake late here. You can have a late apex and a strong exit. Right around here, I would say. You can see quite before it straightens out, but way past that final dotted line. Peaking around 80% because we are braking quite late. I want to make sure the car doesn't turn in too early here. Trail braking for a long time. You want to stay on the brakes. Just trail brake. Don't let it go because the car will either snap or wash out. Stay on the brakes until the point you can accelerate back out again, which is right around here. Fresh tires, so I'm quite aggressive. With worn out tires, just be a little more gentle. To 80%, squeezing it back to 100. Don't let the car wash out all the way to the outside. That's probably not the best idea. There's quite a bit of camber in this inside part of the road. If you go wide too early, you're going a little bit off camber, and it has a tendency to snap the rear end and wash you out, and you actually lose quite a bit of time. You can lose 2/10 here very easily by not maximizing this exit. Right here, we have the white line breaking off. That will be our turn-in point, nice and flat. Flip this inside curb and try to stay on the inside here. Take a nice short route and set yourself up for the next lifting point. Because we're not going to brake. Basically, we're lifting on 3 corners here. So we have this strip right here. That'll be our lifting point. We're going to lift here. This is a very short lift. And we're going to start braking a little bit later than what I'm used to if you're not lifting. Right around here. So we have this patch right here, these patches. That'll be a good braking point as you go over them. Or maybe slightly past them. Again, peaking quite high. 80%, gradually releasing them. On the outside, I want to grab a late apex here. You don't want to brake too early here. I see people taking a very narrow line through here. I think it's costing them on the exit. And it's definitely costing them tires. Trail braking for a while. Find this inside curb. Waiting on it. Don't start accelerating too early. You can see I'm already well on the curb before I start accelerating. And I'm going to take it to around 80% and just wait on it. Let the car straighten out and rotate a little bit. Open up the wheel, let it go all the way to the outside in second gear, up into third, halfway through. Now, this is quite an easy braking point, so we have the beginning of this right-hander here, if you're doing the other layout. I forgot its name, without the oval part. So we're going to start braking right here. Gonna peak, don't peak high because it's really important to get a lot of turn in on this corner, because I like to stay tight on this entire corner through the exit. Around 60%, 70% peak, releasing it. Try to carry as much speed as you can into this corner, because that's what's going to help you on the exit. Basically, if you're trying to carry too little speed on this corner and take it too slow, the exit's going to be very loose. You're going to hit the traction control. The car's going to, it's not going to accelerate well out of this corner, and this exit is really important because you're flat out all the way to the bus stop. You want to put your left tire right around here, I would say. This is the optimal line. In fact, if we take a look at it, go to chase view, you can see I'm right on it. And I'm still trail braking, mind you, until the point where I have to accelerate back out again. Go back to cockpit, right around here as the curb ends. And I can be quite aggressive, because on the inside here, there's a bit of camber. And if you go wide, it's a bit off camber. Some people make it work. I've seen Lambos and Audis and stuff make it work. I feel like this is a better line overall. But, you know, up to you. Try to find a line that works for you. For me, this is the fastest line. Gonna wash you out sort of to the middle, because you're gonna have to open up the wheel to prevent the wheel sliding, the rear wheel sliding. And just take a nice tight line throughout. Nice and easy. On the banking, just stay tight. Don't touch the yellow curb, the yellow stripes. Just, you know, hug it. Let it run wide here on exit and prepare yourself for another lifting point. This will be our third. You have, before the 2, you have a patch on the ground. So slightly before it is where I'm going to lift, or right at it, depending on how much fuel I want to save. Right at it is where I lifted. Gonna post nicely. We have the light on the right here. That will be our braking point. Right around here, we're gonna start to squeeze the throttle back in, the brake, I'm sorry, to around 70-80%. Then releasing it gradually, nice and easy. Stay on the brakes throughout. Don't let go of the brakes altogether, because the rear will snap if you do. That's the trick. And you want to find a line where you're putting your left tire. You're basically aiming towards this white box right here. This white box and this white line, that is your racing line. You want to put your left tires right on them. Find that, stay on the brakes. You can see I'm just a little bit of trail braking, keeping the weight on the front. Waiting on it until I finish the second apex. The car is rotating nicely, and I'm super aggressive on exit now because of it. So the exit is very strong. Don't want to clip it. Obviously, this sausage curb. You can a little bit with the BMW, potential damage there for you, so keep that in mind, and can also kick you unpredictably to the outside or whatever. But you want to be as close to it as you can. If we take a look from the outside, that's pretty darn close. About as close as you can get. And just stay committed in fourth gear. No need for third if you're doing it correctly. If you find yourself having to use third to rotate the car, it's probably because you're releasing the brakes too early, then going back to it, and the car is losing rotation. You're losing that weight on the front. So you want to throw a brake back to the halfway point of this bus stop and then start accelerating back out again. And that's pretty much it. From this point on, a nice tight line. That's going to give us a 143.877. Hope you guys enjoyed this track guide. If you did, leave a like. And if you want to see more, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.